Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about a new law that's been passed in Virginia. Ironically, we already have a similar law here in Florida. So I'm going to put a link to this article in the description. I'll also put a link to the Florida law that was passed back in 2025. So Senator Mark Warner, who at one time was the governor of Virginia, applauded Senate passage of Tyler's Law, a bill directing the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services to provide hospitals with guidance on how emergency rooms can implement fentanyl testing in their routine drugs screens. The bill is named for Tyler Shamash, a teenager who died of an overdose in part because, unbeknownst to the physician, he was not tested for fentanyl upon being checked into the emergency room. In January 2023, Michael Kent, a 17-year-old Fairfax County resident, went to the emergency room while experiencing an overdose but was not tested for fentanyl. He died of a fentanyl overdose shortly after being discharged. Tragic. In 2023, 1,936 Virginians died due to an overdose of fentanyl and other synthetic opioids. So, I've talked about fentanyl. I've talked about the dangers of fentanyl. I talked about, I think last week in a video, about a new opioid, which I referred to as C, partly because I couldn't pronounce the name of the darn thing. But these drugs are laced, these street drugs are laced with things like fentanyl. I think I also did a video just at the beginning of the week talking about a drug dealer who had sold drugs to an individual that were laced with fentanyl and it killed her. So, fentanyl is everywhere and it's all in these street drugs. Now, obviously, I'm not advocating that you don't buy, I'm not saying, well, don't buy it off the street, buy it legally. And I've talked about, fentanyl and kratom and the issues that we're seeing with that. But obviously, the point of what I'm trying to make to you is, it's great. They're testing for fentanyl overdoses so that hopefully they can address that while someone's in the ER. But the point is, if you have a loved one who's dealing with an opioid issue or a mental health issue, or typically as it goes, a combination of both, and you want to see what options may or may not be available to you, legal and non-legal, we'd like to have a conversation with you. I'd be interested to hear what your thoughts are about this law and also the one in Florida. I'll put a link to that in the description for the video. And, if there's an issue that you're seeing in your family and I haven't made a video, let me know. I'll make you a video. Because obviously if it's affecting your family, good chance it's affecting somebody else's. And I make these videos so you can get the information that you need. So you can decide, do I want to even pick up the phone and chat with these guys? We're here for you if you need us. If you like this content, please give me a thumbs up. If you want more of this content that I make for you every single day, please subscribe to the channel. And with that said, thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.